This is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hi, I'm Ray Collins. Scott is off today. Thanks for joining us. Topping our news at noon, President Trump preparing to unveil a new travel ban. The new ban will only have 6 Muslim-majority countries on it. Iraq has since been removed from that controversial list. ABC's Janiyah Norman will join us now live from Washington with more on details of how this will play out in court this time, as opposed to last time when an appeals court turned it down. Janiyah is live in D.C. Janiyah?
That first executive order was blocked by the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals last month. And since then, the administration has been working on a new order it believes could withstand legal challenge. President Trump's long-awaited executive order finally revealed.
As threats to our security continue to evolve and change, common sense dictates that we continually reevaluate and reassess the systems we rely upon to protect our country.
The new travel ban temporarily halting all refugees from entering the United States, no longer singling out Syrian refugees who were permanently restricted with the first ban. The new order also narrows the list of countries, removing Iraq, making it now 6 majority Muslim countries impacted instead of 7. And it doesn't impact anyone who currently has a valid visa. The original executive order led to outrage, causing chaos and confusion at airports around the world, leaving travelers in legal limbo and preventing families, some with children, from boarding flights and entering the country. These travelers had valid visas, some were even green card holders, but they weren't allowed in until a federal court put the ban on hold. Lawyers from Washington State argued that executive order violated the Constitution.
We had students and faculty at our state universities who were stranded overseas. We had families that were separated.
An appeals court in San Francisco upheld the decision to put the ban on hold, with the judges writing, quote, "Rather than present evidence to explain the need for the executive order, the government has taken the position that we must not review its decision at all. We disagree." And in response to that ruling, the president originally tweeted, quote, "See you in court," but ultimately decided to revoke that first order and replace it with this new one that will take effect March 16th. Live in Washington, Janiyah Norman, ABC News. Back to you.
Thank you, Janiyah. Here at home, at least 15 players are suspended from a Manatee County private school after an incident of alleged locker room hazing. It happened at the Inspiration Academy in Northwest Bradenton last week. The hazing was called impossible sit-ups, where players are pinned down, blindfolded, and forced to sit up face first into another player's backside. The coach says any player in the locker room during the incident was suspended for up to 3 games. More on this evening. A 5 p.m. deadline is looming for the sheriff to be in compliance with the county's chief judge. The Herald Tribune reports Judge Charles Williams wants Sheriff Tom Knight to position deputies at all court building security screening areas. Last month, the sheriff removed them from positions like the Clerk of Courts building and other non-courthouse locations. Now, if the sheriff ignores the 5 p.m. order, he could face contempt charges. More on the story today at 5 p.m. New at noon, a Pulitzer Prize-winning nature photographer is Ringling College's latest guest for their Town Hall lecture series. James Baylog spoke to students this morning. He's best known for his nature photos and studies on climate change. For the past few years, Baylog has been observing the climate effects in Alaska, Greenland, and Iceland, and he has his own view on how humans may or may not play a factor.
It's been naturally caused climate change, but now in the past century or a little bit more, we are adding our own influence on climate, and that's from the carbon that's going in the atmosphere. This is a demonstrable fact. It's been measured by hundreds of smart women and men from around the world for a long time. So this is not imaginary.
Baylog is also the author of the New York Times best-selling book called Things That Matter: 3 Decades of Passions, Pastimes, and Politics. Certainly a controversial issue in your world.
Yeah, as Bob Harrigan tells me, I'm a forecaster. I do the 7-day forecast. Stick with that.
Nothing beyond.
But yeah, things are going to be changing in the short term as we get into the next few days. But let's concentrate on the present right now. And we do have a present from Mother Nature. I mean, 77 degrees is looking very nice outside, but We are also experiencing some strong winds, sustained winds right now out of the east and southeast at 23 miles per hour with some higher wind gusts. But for the rest of the day, mostly sunny skies. You can see throughout the Sun Coast, those winds sustained 13 miles per hour, stronger than that, as we just showed you, 23 miles per hour right now. But they're going to have breezy conditions through the evening hours and at least for the first half of tomorrow. I think those winds will slowly subside. Nothing much on the radar here. If any rain does fall, it will be inland and very short-lived and isolated. There's your highs for today, looking absolutely beautiful. But what does the rest of the week have in store for us? We'll let you know coming up in a few minutes from now. Back to you, Ray.
All right, thank you, soon. Thank you, Josh. I-75 is reopened after a chain reaction crash Sunday that killed 3 people. It happened near the Toledo Blade exit. Troopers say 23-year-old Nathaniel Perkins hit the back of a car hauler on the side of the road. After Perkins's car stopped, it was hit by a third vehicle. Perkins and a passenger, Janisha Gadsden, were pronounced dead at the scene. A second passenger, Sharnice Brown, was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. The driver of the hauler also hit after he got out of the truck and was pronounced dead at the scene. FHP says the investigation continues at this hour. Meantime, still waiting for the identity of a victim in a plane crash over the weekend in eastern Manatee County. A witness says he was outside his home near State Road 62 and Highway 37 when he saw a small plane flying 1,000 feet in the air and then crashing shortly after. The Manatee Sheriff's Office identified one of the victims on board, and they say even though the plane took off from the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport, the pilot and passenger may not be from this area.
We've also learned that the plane was registered out of California, possibly a leased aircraft from a company in California.
The FAA and the National Transportation Safety Board are both investigating this crash. Happening today, a major road project begins later on for a roundabout that's caused plenty of confusion for some in Venice. New markings and signs will be installed near the Jacaranda Boulevard and East Venice Avenue area. There will be some overnight lane closures from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. as a result. It should be complete by early summer. And look at this, a parking job gone terribly wrong in Englewood, damaging a priceless rare car in the process. A blue Ford wound up on top of a classic 1959 Corvette. The driver of the Ford says he meant to hit the brake and instead, yep, he hit the gas instead. This happened last weekend at a Walmart in Englewood. Other than the car, nobody else was injured. Hate to see that. Let's see how Wall Street starts the week now. Hopefully a little better than that. Here's ABC's Richard Stern. Richard, good afternoon.
And good afternoon. No crashes that I could see, and let's keep it that way. Although we have seen just a terrific market, and guess what? Profit taking. When all else fails, yes, indeed, we use that old term profit taking when there's really nothing else going on. Certainly the Fed is considering raising interest rates. That has the attention of many investors on Wall Street. And for the record, all day long, the Dow has been in minus territory. Minus 93 is the low of the day. So let's take a look at the figures as they stand right now. There you see the Dow is down 77 points, not quite 0.4% at 20,928.48. That on volume of 371 million shares. The NASDAQ also down more than 0.6%, 37 points at 5,833.58. That on volume of 601 million shares. And it's a clean sweep for the down arrows. The S&P down 13 points, just over 0.5% at 2,370.39. Big news today out of General Motors. After years of trying and finally giving up, they've decided to sell their division known as Opel. That company has been losing money for 16 years. It's part of General Motors, but indeed the Opel division has been an absolute disaster. They are selling it to a French company, the company that makes Citroën and Peugeot, among others. The deal is worth $2.3 billion. Certainly GM is happy to have it behind it, but surprisingly, shares of General Motors, despite today's news, are down by more than 2%. So Ray, will have to see how that plays out, but Opel has just been a problem for General Motors for years, and I think long-term they'll be very happy with today's deal.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Any news yet today on Macy's, Richard?
Yes, unfortunately, the whole retail sector continues to just get slammed with everything going on positively with Amazon today. Macy's is down almost 4%. No specific reason, but again, retail has just been a very, very big problem.
Hard to read. Okay, thank you, Richard Stern. Talk to you again soon. Okay. Starbucks promotion of its macchiatos ends this afternoon. It's a buy one, get one free deal. This one being a product that is of equal or lesser value. The promotion started last Thursday. It runs between 2 and 5 this afternoon. Let's go to the kitchen now. It's time for lunch, and Judy has a special guest with us today. Judy, good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon. I'm so excited because we have Michael Dong from Uniku Endless Sushi and Hibachi here. Michael, what are you going to prepare today?
Oh, Judy, thank you for having me here today.
So happy you're here.
Yeah. What I'm going to make today is a Japanese style hibachi jumbo shrimp and scallop.
Stir fry, right?
Stir fry, yes.
So see, stir fry can be for everybody. This is one of the great dishes over at Uniku, and we're going to teach you how easy it is to make some classic stir fries at home that'll really wow your guests. So stay with us throughout the hour as we bring you Michael Dong from Uniku. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Cancer does change people's lives. It is frightening. The treatment for fear is hope. And what works for you is not necessarily going to work for somebody else. It does take a whole team. This is a facility that really cares about the outcome of the patients. So our job at Sarasota Memorial Hospital is to meet the needs of that individual any way we need to meet them.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I need that stuff for squeaky hinges. I think it's called 10W40.
Ace is the place with the stuff for squeaking hinges. That's called WD-40, not 10W40, which is motor oil that we also sell.
Right.
Don't miss the March Red Hot Buys on Roundup Weed and Grass Killer and Spectracide Fire Ant Killer. 6 convenient Sarasota locations and now open in Bradenton, Northport, and soon Osprey.
In town? On the town, The Mark offers landmark living in the center of everything you love about Sarasota. Priced from the 700s, spacious residences and elevated club-level amenities create a private oasis in the sky. Promenade shopping and dining put the best of downtown downstairs. Sales gallery open daily at the corner of Pineapple and State Street just south of Main. The Mark, Sarasota. Presented by Coulter.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
So good to see you on this Monday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone in for John Scalzi today. And if you step outside your front door, after, of course, you watch our newscast on this Monday afternoon, you're walking out to beautiful conditions. 77 right now in Sarasota, 77 in Venice, 77 in Northport, 76 in Arcadia. Pick wherever you want to go along the Sun Coast, and you're going to experience beautiful temperatures. How about the radar? Well, we saw some shower activity just to the west of Fort Pierce on the east coast of Florida earlier this morning. That has fizzled out. Some scattered blotches of green here on the radar. If any showers develop along the Sun Coast, it will be isolated. It will be short-lived, not last very long, and it'll be very, very light. But we are calling for mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies for the rest of the afternoon. As you can see, there's nothing showing up here along the Sun Coast at this time on our Titan radar. So what's the story for our weather for the next few days? Well, at least today, sunny but breezy conditions. Earlier, the National Weather Service did have a small craft advisory, but that expired at 10 a.m. But I wouldn't be surprised if they consider maybe possibly putting that out again as we go through the evening hours and at least into tomorrow morning, because the winds will continue to be breezy throughout tonight and into tomorrow morning. Nice temperatures this week. Our average for a high is 75. We're topping out in the upper 70s, lower 80s today, and this trend will continue for the rest of the week, so looking pretty good there. But light showers move into the area by Thursday and Friday thanks to a weak cold front coming our way. Some shower activity here in the southeast and moving into the mid-Atlantic states right now, but that's well to the north of us. You can see our area is clear thanks to an area of high pressure off the mid-Atlantic coast that's bringing in that easterly wind. Pressure gradient has set up, though, meaning the winds are constricted and they're blowing pretty strong. Talking about, as we showed you earlier, an easterly, southeasterly wind sustained at 23 miles per hour. So that's going to be the case with the breezy conditions. As far as the sky cover, though, partly cloudy skies, maybe mostly sunny. But look at this. Green does come on the map here, and this is the cold front that will be coming down from the northwest and could stir some shower activity as we go into our Thursday into Friday. It depends on how strong the cold front is. I'm not talking about severe weather or a widespread shower activity event. However, if this holds together, there's a good chance we could see some showers along the Suncoast as we get into Thursday, lingering into Friday. All right, for the boaters today, the high tide will be at 6:20 this evening and the sunset at 6:34. Excuse me. Taking the boat out today, just use caution. Even though there's not a small craft advisory officially, still the winds are pretty strong, easterly at 15 knots sustained with seas just offshore 2 to 3 feet. Further out in the Gulf, those seas are actually higher. 79 for our high. Remember, our average is 75 for this time of the year, so looking pretty good. And how about the rest of the forecast for the spring breakers and our visitors from up north and just our local people? Looking very nice, upper 70s, lower 80s inland. And one thing to point out, Ray, is this coming Sunday, we have to spring those clocks forward. Can't forget to do that, because if we don't, we may get here a little bit, in the morning, on Monday morning, something may happen.
Good advice, thank you. Okay, Health Smart now. Alarming new numbers show colon cancer is on the rise for young adults. The Journal of the National Cancer Institute reports that younger people don't get symptoms checked. About 10% of colon cancer patients are under the age of 50, and because they're not screened, doctors say the cancer tends to be more aggressive when it's finally detected. Doctors say any sort of changes are reasons to seek medical attention right away.
Even if you're young, even if you're in your 20s and you have rectal bleeding, even if you think it's hemorrhoids, just don't trust that. Get it checked out.
Colon cancer is the third leading cancer in the country, and it's also very preventable. A voluntary recall is underway for a popular peanut butter product after reports of people getting E. coli. Health officials identified the I Am Healthy soy nut butter as a likely cause of the outbreak. At least 12 have gotten sick from the product. None of the cases are in Florida. Symptoms involve digestive issues. The CDC and the Food and Drug Administration working with state and local officials to investigate. Some good news for cat owners. It turns out there's no link between the development of psychotic symptoms and the presence of cats in your home. Previous studies suggested that cats in the home could be linked to schizophrenia, but now a new study out of University of London indicates that cohabitating with a feline friend is not linked to any of that, but researchers suggest that pregnant women still should not handle cat litter. Now that's cleared up. Still to come, we'll preview today's spring training games, and one race car driver's mistake works out well for another. The video straight ahead.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
It's the granddaddy of them all, the 89th Annual Arcadia All-Florida Championship Rodeo. March 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, the Arcadia Rodeo Association is proud to present this PRCA-sanctioned event featuring some of the world's best bull, bronc, and bareback riding, roping, barrel racing, and steer wrestling. For the little wranglers, there's a calf scramble and mutton bustin'. Gates open at 11 each day. For tickets, visit arcadiarodeo.com or call 800-749-7633. It's rodeo at its finest. Don't miss the 89th All-Florida Championship Rodeo, March 9th through 12th.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help. With Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Attention sleep apnea sufferers. If you use CPAP therapy, if you have private insurance, or you're on a Medicare replacement plan, we may be able to help you get your CPAP supplies at little or no cost to you and free shipping. Most insurance companies allow a patient to get a new CPAP mask, cushion, filter, and tubing every 3 to 6 months to prevent respiratory infection and skin sores.
That's why you should call Americare CPAP. Call 800-423-5457. That's 800-423-5457.
An important message for Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you receiving all the benefits available to you? Now's the time to find the coverage that's right for you at the right price. The way to do that is to explore your options. You can spend hours doing that yourself, or you can call Health Markets and let us do the legwork for you. Let us find you the right plan at the right price and see if you qualify to lower your prescription costs. Put our free service to work for you at no charge.
Call 1-800-738-1923.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Another day of spring training games here in the Bay Area and on the Sun Coast as well. The Baltimore Orioles will be in Lakeland today to take on the Tigers, and the Pirates are playing the Yankees at Lecom Park in Bradenton. Both games start at 1:05 this afternoon. On the ice, the Calgary Flames remain NHL's hottest team after blitzing the New York Islanders during a 5-minute stretch last night. This makes 7 straight wins for the Flames. They are hot. Pardon the pun. Meantime, the Islanders remain 1 point ahead of Toronto for the final Eastern Conference playoff spot. On the greens, Dustin Johnson is a winner at the PGA's Mexico Championship. It is his first tournament win since being elevated to the top of the world golf ranking. Johnson closed with 3 solid pars for a 3-under 68. He was 14 under for the tournament and 1 stroke ahead of Tommy Fleetwood, who sank a 40-foot birdie putt on the final hole to secure a spot in the Masters for the first time. On the fast track now, Brad Keselowski steals a victory at the NASCAR Monster Energy Cup this weekend in Atlanta. Kevin Harvick had a chance, but was ruined by going too fast on pit road. But Keselowski says he doesn't need to take his win for granted.
I always feel like before a race, and you obviously always want to win, and you always wonder yourself, you know, when your last win's going to be. And I'm not, you know, anywhere near retirement age, but you still think about those things, and you think about how tough it just is to win at this level.
He won by half a second over Harvick. It was supposed to be Harvick's first win since he first got in the Cup in 2001, just 3 races after he stepped in following the death of Dale Earnhardt. Let's speed now back to the kitchen with Judy and her special guest. Hey, guys.
Okay, Michael, it's time to turn on that wok pan and teach us this stir fry.
All right, great, Judy. First, what we're going to do is going to sear jumbo scallops and shrimp first.
Great.
And
okay.
what we're going to do is going to put some, I use butter, melted butter, but of course you can use oil also.
Okay, but I imagine the butter is going to give it that beautiful flavor.
Especially if the smell is so good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to maybe heat the saucepan a little bit.
Okay, and I like the shape. You have a nice wok pan. You can buy in any kitchen store, but it's important to hold that heat when you're doing the stir fry.
Absolutely. So what we're going to do is going to put a jumbo shrimp and scallop in there. You see the sizzling right now. All right.
And then the scallops.
Yeah, that's right. Going to spread it out. So, we're going to sear until they'll be brown on one side for a couple minutes.
Okay. So pretty easy. This is a great weeknight dish because you can cook some beautiful fresh ingredients, but it's not going to take a long time. Is this on your menu, Michael?
Yes, it is. Actually, hibachi shrimp and scallop stir fry, which is one of the specials in Unico.
Perfect. So while this, I know you're going to turn it in just a minute and brown it, but tell us a little bit about what people can expect at Unico, because it's very interesting, your concept.
It is. Actually, Judy, we offer like 2 different kinds of menu. One is the a la carte menu, which our guests can come here, order from the menu individually. We also offer the endless sushi and hibachi. Endless sushi means all you can eat, but everything is made fresh to water. So it's not like a buffet or anything.
And
like
you
that.
don't have to order it all at once. I'll go in with my friends and we'll start with 3 dishes. Then maybe
Exactly.
I'll pick a little Chinese dish in between,
right.
and then I'll go back for more sushi. So
Absolutely.
it's great.
Yes.
It looks like the shrimp is almost ready to turn. Is it starting to get pink? So you want to do some pepper?
Put some peppers
Okay.
and salt and pepper on top. So give them a little seasoning,
Yep. Okay, good.
Just a little bit, not too much.
Great.
All right.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is going to take a look and see if the other side is a little bit brown. Just a little bit more.
Oh, just a little bit more. And this,
Yeah.
you know, this stove takes a lot longer than your average Asian kitchen.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you have your big,
We have the
huge
big flames
woks,
and everything.
right?
Absolutely.
Exactly. Now I imagine that you could switch this around if you wanted. I know, like at your restaurant, you do chicken, there's beef, everything like
We have
that.
steak.
So lots of
Absolutely. We have a
different
steak. We have also
combinations.
Korean dishes. We also have Thai dishes. It's more of Asian fusion.
Asian fusion.
Exactly.
And you have a beautiful restaurant.
Oh,
I have to tell people it's over right by Brasson Pisco on North Lockwood Ridge, just over where University is. So
Yes,
let's
it is.
take a look how this is browning up.
Yeah, it looks beautiful right now.
Looks
Okay.
beautiful.
I'm going to turn it over.
Good.
All right.
Okay, while you're turning that over, we'll go to break, and when we come back in a few minutes, we'll add the vegetables. You'll find out about the sauce, and we'll get right down into this delicious Japanese stir fry.
Yes, indeed.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
In town? On the town, The Mark offers landmark living in the center of everything you love about Sarasota. Priced from the 700s, spacious residences and elevated club-level amenities create a private oasis in the sky. Promenade shopping and dining put the best of downtown downstairs. Sales gallery open daily at the corner of Pineapple and State Street just south of Maine. The Mark, Sarasota. Presented by Coulter.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
And welcome back. Fallout continues over President Trump's allegations that Barack Obama tapped his personal phones. In a tweet over the weekend, the president calls his predecessor a, quote, bad or sick guy for bugging Trump Tower last year. But President Obama's former national security advisor, Ben Rhodes, responded to Trump's tweet saying, quote, no president can order a wiretap. Those restrictions were put in place to protect citizens from people like you, end quote. Trump's spokesperson was pressed on it today on Good Morning America.
I think he firmly believes that this is a storyline that has been reported pretty widely by quite a few outlets.
Sarah, I have got to stop you right there. Every single article you just mentioned does not back up the president's claim that President Obama had him wiretapped.
The White House is calling for a congressional investigation, but the FBI Director James Comey wants justice officials to call the allegation false. An investigation is underway by the Pentagon after reports of Marines sharing explicit images of female Marines online. Some were allegedly taken without their knowledge and shared on a secret Facebook page called Marines United. The Marine Corps said in a statement that targeting Marines online or otherwise in an inappropriate manner is distasteful and shows an absence of respect. The man at the center of the Penn State sex abuse scandal has been transferred from a maximum to a medium security facility in western Pennsylvania. Jerry Sandusky is serving 30 to 60 years for his 2012 conviction on charges he molested several boys he met through a charity he founded. State prison officials moved him thinking the former coach was vulnerable given the nature of his conviction and his high-profile status. Caught on camera, a hotel worker in Nebraska fought back against a man who she says tried to assault her. ABC's Lindsay Davis has this story.
Scary moments caught on tape as this masked man creeps around the lobby of an Omaha hotel, stealthily walking the halls and peering around corners. Just after 3 a.m. Wednesday, a female employee gets up from a back office. The alleged assailant springs into action. As the two struggle, police say he tries to force herself into a nearby bathroom, but she fights back and even manages to pull the mask off his face. The man flees, but then comes back to retrieve his mask from the woman who deputies say was on the phone with 911. Deputies say when he entered the lobby again without his mask, they got a glimpse of his face. Police say the suspect is 29-year-old Zachary Lee Person. This morning, investigators are crediting the brave hotel worker for their success in identifying Person, all because she was able to rip off that mask. The Douglas County Sheriff says Person is a repeat offender, and he believes he would have struck again.
He was pending sentencing for similar attacks on female joggers, students, and gas station employees in South Dakota and Nebraska between 2007 and 2017.
Also caught on camera, an off-duty officer was beaten and choked trying to break up a fight between soccer fans in Orlando over the weekend. It took place near the New City Soccer Stadium moments after the team's first game in the facility. Two fans from opposing teams began to fight. An Orange County deputy tried to break it up but wound up quickly being on the losing end of this one. He was slammed to the ground and kicked. 50 officers were called in for backup. They arrested 3 people. The deputy ended up injuring his leg in the fight. Brush fires causing some serious problems on the state's east coast. More than 700 acres have been burned in southwest Miami-Dade County, and experts say the wind today is not helping. In Palm Beach County, a road was closed due to a nearby wildfire, and Florida's turnpike south of Orlando was closed for 1 hour on Saturday because of smoky conditions there. A follow-up now on the water crisis in Flint, Michigan. Apparently, it will be no easy fix. The mayor wrote a letter to the Environmental Protection Agency saying it will take another 2 years to build a new water treatment plant there. Flint's drinking water has had some serious levels of lead for the past 3 years since switching water sources. And only in Florida, trappers and deputies in Marion County pulled a 13-foot alligator that was taking up residence in a swimming hole. It was in a swimming zone near Ocala. The gator was taken away. The hole was since reopened. Not a good swimming mate to have there in Central Florida. John Scalzi off this week. Josh Stone out of the bullpen. How you doing there?
Good.
The right-hander.
Well, ambidextrous, actually.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. You know, one arm hurts, I use the other one.
Perfect.
But perfect spring training weather today. A little breezy, maybe a lot of home runs could happen some of these ball games this afternoon. Let's check out the forecast right now. 77 degrees outside, though it is breezy. Easterly wind to southeasterly wind sustained at 23 miles per hour with some higher wind gusts. So that means that if you are taking your boat out this afternoon, just use extra caution. There is not a small craft advisory at this time, but still, the waves just offshore 2 to 3 feet. Further out, even higher than that. But you can see along the Suncoast, those winds are pretty strong coming out of the east and southeast. Nothing to show you on the radar, so it's all quiet right now. Looks like that's going to be the case for most of the afternoon and this evening, so nothing there. But highs topping out above our average high is 75. We're talking about highs in the upper 70s today and even the lower 80s inland. So looking very nice. The breezy conditions, though, boy, I don't know, Ray, if you're an allergy sufferer, but I am. And the other day, with the winds kicking up, the dust and everything, I was a mess. But anyway, just a few more, well, should I say 24 hours of this, and then I think things start to die down. We'll have the rest of the forecast for you coming up a little bit later.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, Josh. New this afternoon, a strange debate whether employers can require women to wear high-heel shoes. British lawmakers are taking up the dispute in Parliament. It's in response to an online petition by a receptionist who was sent home for wearing flat shoes back in 2015. Well, so far that petition has gathered 15,000 signatures, making it eligible for a non-binding debate in Parliament. Also new today, the Supreme Court is setting aside a teen transgender case. Justices are opting not to decide whether federal anti-discrimination laws give a Virginia high school senior the right to use the boys' bathroom in a school. Gavin Grimm was born a female. This had been scheduled for debate later on this month, but now it's going to a lower court in Virginia where those judges will evaluate the law. Here at home, a demonstration for transgender rights took place in downtown Sarasota over the weekend. Look at this. Hundreds of protesters blocked streets, caused traffic jams, and attracted local police as well. Their message was simple: bring equality to public restrooms. It's sparked by President Donald Trump's decision to return the decision to the individual states on the issue. President Obama's policy had instructed public schools to let transgender students use the bathroom matching their chosen gender identity. But there are two sides to this story. Listen.
You're talking about 0.003% of the population. So I'm supposed to give up my privacy in the bathroom for a few people.
There's one solution that would work for everyone, and that's have a men's bathroom, have a women's bathroom, let trans people pick which one they want to be in, also have a gender-neutral bathroom.
Trans rights activists plan to attend the Sarasota County School Board meeting tomorrow night to bring awareness to transgender issues in local schools. Florida's new House Speaker and Governor Rick Scott are going to court over the state lottery. Today, a judge is expected to decide whether the lottery broke the law when it approved a contract worth over $700 million. House Speaker Richard Corcoran sued the state's lottery director, saying that exceeds the lottery's authorized budget, but the lottery attorneys say it is contingent on state funding. Well, March kicks off Women's History Month, and Brawny Paper Towels is celebrating. They're replacing its iconic Brawny man with a woman for the month. She's wearing the iconic red and black flannel shirt. The Brawny woman is part of the hashtag Strength Has No Gender initiative by Brawny's parent company, Georgia Pacific. It's aimed to celebrate women in science, technology, engineering, and math. The limited edition Brawny Woman rolls are available on 8-roll packages throughout the month in Walmart stores. Let's go back to the kitchen now with Judy and a special guest involving Japanese stir fry? Yum.
Yeah, you got it, Ray. Look at this. Beautiful golden scallops and shrimp have already been stir-fried. So, Michael, now it's time for you to address the vegetables and the sauce.
Absolutely, Judy. So after the searing the jumbo shrimp and scallop, we're going to put a little bit more butter or oil.
Okay.
All right, because we want to get the vegetable a little.
I'm liking the butter idea because this is new to me because I'm so used to using specific oils. So I'm liking this.
When we're going to cook with broccoli first, because broccoli take a little longer than, you know, onions and mushrooms. So broccoli first. All right. Stir fry a little bit. All right.
Yum. I love the crispness of vegetables in a stir fry too.
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to put a little bit of zucchini in there also.
Great. I'll get that last one in there for you.
All right. Okay, we can add a little water, or, you know, I prefer sake.
Ah, Japanese stir fry.
Yes,
I like that little
It
twist. And you know, so people know, you can buy the small containers of sake. There are individual ones over at the Fresh Market.
Yes, it is.
And that's really easy for cooking, and then I just leave it in the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
It smells
really
so
good already, right?
It does.
We use a lot of sake for cooking.
Yeah,
Just
little on the side, little in the pan, little on the side, little in the pan.
That's right.
Okay,
right.
So what goes in next?
So we're going to put a little bit of carrot in there just for coloring. And
Love
of
it.
course, green pepper.
Mmm.
All right.
They have a little bite in that.
That's right. Now we'll stir fry a little bit. All right.
Time for the onions. So I'm getting a good tip from you because normally I'd put the onions in probably too soon, and I think that's why you had the crispness in your vegetables.
Sometimes if you don't have broccoli or like carrot in there, you can put onion in there first because onion does, you know, make everything smell good.
Right. Now tell me about the sauce you're going to add.
Oh, we're going to have the teriyaki sauce. This is one of the best, you know, for hibachi or teriyaki. But a lot of times Japanese restaurants, you know, we use teriyaki sauce and for
homemade teriyaki. So I should stress this, and we'll have the recipe, of course, on
more sake
our recipe page.
Yeah.
More sake. Woo!
That's right. Now
I like it.
Onion there.
Okay.
All right. And mushroom can be added at the same time, you know, where onion is.
Okay, great.
Okay. So right now we got quite a few dishes.
Stir and fry. We have about 30 seconds left.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just going to be the really simple. We're bringing in the shrimp and the scallops at the end, so we don't overcook, right?
That's right.
Okay, so a little sauce now.
Now we're going to put...
There it is, the Uniku sauce.
Uniku sauce. Yeah, just get a little bit, so the flavor will be, you know, mixed together. It will be very, very good taste.
I think it's going to be a great lunch. I know Ray's excited. So come back because Michael is going to have the finished dish for us, and I get to have lunch in just a few minutes.
I'm Alan Cohn. Are Suncoast congressmen dodging town halls? House Republicans have been having a tough time. Is that why we haven't seen much of Vern Buchanan?
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that. And with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Manitoba Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Join us for Sarasota Opera's 2017 Winter Festival, opening February 11th. Featuring Puccini's most famous opera, Madame Butterfly, Rossini's delightful comedy, The Italian Girl in Algiers, Poulenc's heartbreaking Dialogues of the Carmelites. In the medieval thriller The Love of Three Kings by Italo Montemezzi. Tickets are on sale now. Call 941-328-1300 or visit SarasotaOpera.org.
Okay, welcome back, everyone, and happy Monday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone in for John Scalzi today. And boy, outside it is absolutely gorgeous with these wonderful temperatures. 77 in Sarasota, 76 in Venice, 76 in Northport. This is like San Diego weather. It's beautiful. The only thing, though, is we do have a breeze, and the breeze is pretty strong. We'll get to that in just a moment. But as far as our radar goes, it's all quiet. We did have some isolated showers just to the west of Fort Pierce on the east coast of Florida earlier today. Those have dissipated, and any shower activity that we may pick up along the Sun Coast will be isolated, short-lived, and very light. So not to worry at all. We have mostly sunny skies in our forecast for the rest of the afternoon. As you can see, the radar along the Sun Coast all quiet at this time. But the breeze will be the story with these winds coming out of the east and southeast. We showed you earlier in our first weather sustained at 23 miles per hour with some higher wind gusts. That's going to be the case today. But let's enjoy the sunshine at least. And then nice temperatures for the rest of the week. Our average for high this time of the year is 75, and we're going to top out in the upper 70s and lower 80s. So that's looking pretty nice, especially for all the visitors that are down here at this time of the year. And then a system's going to come in to bring us some light showers on Thursday, maybe lingering into Friday. And another wave looks to make its way in by Sunday, maybe bringing more widespread showers. But we'll keep an eye on it. As far as widespread showers go right now, here in the mid-Atlantic states, but that's obviously to the north and east of us. Our futurecast, very quiet. You can see the general flow of these clouds coming in from the east and southeast. That's because of the area of high pressure anchored off the mid-Atlantic states, wrapping around clockwise and bringing in the clouds from the east and southeast. But notice what happens here to our northwest. This is a potent cold front that's going to be coming down from the northwest, and then it just kind of loses its punch. This will be responsible for causing some shower activity on Thursday. We just have to watch it closely. I don't think it's going to cause severe weather or anything like that, but it still looks like it could be triggering some shower activity on our Thursday, maybe scattered, probably light at the most. And then another system comes our way on Sunday that could be a little more widespread than that, but nothing severe. Sunrise, the sunset for this evening, 6:34, and if you're taking your boat out, just use caution because of the waves that are a bit high, 2 to 3 feet just offshore, higher than that, well offshore, but the high tide will be at 6:20 this evening. Here's your boating forecast. Once again, easterly winds at 15 knots with a moderate chop in the bays, 77 at the beach today. Look at the UV index, though. It's going to be on the high side, so put your sunscreen on if you're going to be at the beach this afternoon. 79 degrees for our high. Remember, the average at this time of the year is 75, so you have to love it. How about the rest of the forecast for this upcoming week? Beautiful. Now, the breezy conditions die down probably tomorrow morning, and then I think we're done with it for a while. Beautiful conditions for the next several days. And then that cold front I was talking about from the northwest makes its way into the area by Thursday, at least what's left of it, and that could trigger some shower activity, maybe lingering into our Friday as well. And then Sunday, we have to forward those clocks because of daylight savings, and if you and I, Ray, we don't do that, and Jacqueline doesn't do it. We may have a newscast on Monday morning, but we need to focus on that probably later in the week. Make sure we all do that on Sunday morning at 2 a.m., Ray?
Back in the news now. This weekend, thousands came back to Alabama to reenact a key event in the civil rights movement. A commemorative march took place to mark the 52nd anniversary of the March Across the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma. It was back on March 7, 1965, that African Americans seeking the right to vote intended to march across the bridge to Montgomery, but they were stopped by police. The day became known as Bloody Sunday. Today, it's a history lesson and reminder of where we came from and not to ever go back there again.
Because we can never forget what this bridge symbolizes, what has happened on this bridge. As long as we always remember that, we will never allow it to happen again.
The march is credited with later helping pass the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Back in this area, Circus Sarasota has wrapped up for the year on the Suncoast. The last show was last night under the big top. It featured famous aerialist Nick Wallenda and his troupe. Of course, days before opening night last month, the circus suffered a terrible accident during a dress rehearsal that left several with serious injuries. But despite the setback, circus staff says they saw a larger turnout than expected this year after all. Good to hear. Still to come, La La Land hits the road, we'll explain, and the hottest selling ticket on Broadway is coming to Tampa. Stay with us.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
I am a veteran. My victory was finding the strength to be a champion.
My victory is having a job I can be proud of.
At DAV, we help veterans get the benefits they've earned.
My victory was finishing my education.
My victory was getting help to put our lives back together.
DAV provides veterans with a lifetime of support.
My victory is being there for my family.
Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
It's fine that other people like you. It's more important that you like yourself. And I'm comfortable with every part of me. Meals on Wheels coming to my door as someone who's housebound assures me that I'm not forgotten. They care that I'm okay. My name is Asha Ida Bell. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
We are going to build a great society where no man or woman are the victim of fear or poverty or hatred, where every man and woman has a chance for fulfillment and prosperity and hope.
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world. The new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
And there we go. Michael, tell us again about the dish.
Yes, Judy, this is a Japanese-style hibachi scallop and shrimp stir-fry.
From Uniku. And the best way I think I can give people directions to Uniku, it's across University from where Detweiler's farm stand, and we all go there and we buy some great Asian vegetables. So now they can come over and briefly tell us about your sushi.
Oh yeah, Judy, we have this lovely sushi bowl. You know, they are some of them just how beautiful everything. We got tiger roll, we got Uniku roll, we got Sarasota roll, which is so beautiful. This is how we serve at the restaurants.
So lots of different Asian cuisine and full bar, and I'm gonna tuck into this stir fry, let you know the recipes on mysuncoast.com if you want to take a look at that. And Ray, I'll save a little bit for you, okay?
I have to run over as soon as I can. Thank you, Judy. Well, Adele is a married woman, the Grammy-winning queen of sad songs, making the hubby news over the weekend at a concert in Australia. Turns out she's married to longtime boyfriend Simon Konecki. She referred to him at this year's Grammys as her husband in an acceptance speech, but her partner during backstage interviews. The couple also has a 4-year-old son. One of the top shows in Broadway history will soon be in Tampa. Hamilton, coming to the Strass Center next year. Dates for the concert, for the show rather, are not being released yet until early next year. Rather, season subscribers and donors have first dibs on tickets. So other Florida stops for Hamilton will be in Orlando and also in Fort Lauderdale. La La Land going live in Hollywood. The 6-time Academy Award-winning show will be a live concert at the Hollywood Bowl in May. It'll include a 100-piece symphony orchestra, choir, and jazz ensemble. There will also be original vocal recordings from Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone, and John Legend. Tickets go on sale Friday for it. The show starts in May. It's expected to visit other cities and travel internationally as well. And finally, 2 boys are now internet sensations for their unique skill, and that's tossing and spinning pizza dough. 12-year-old Michael and 10-year-old Nicholas Testa are resident pizza tossers at their dad's pizzeria in New Jersey. They can spin it and toss it back and forth. Their father is overwhelmed. The brothers have performed in pizza shows all over the country. There are competitions that test pizza tossing ability, and they'll have to wait until they're 18, though, to compete in that. That's harder than a basketball.
Can you imagine by the time they're 18 what they're going to be able to do? That is so impressive. Next time I'm in Jersey, I'm going.
I think next year we'll see them at Circus Sarasota.
Hey, I like it. Let's start that motion.
Get them on your segment next as well.
You're telling me.
Yes.
That's impressive.
Plenty of wind out there right now, huh?
Yeah, breezy conditions, and it's going to last into this evening and into tomorrow morning, but the winds will die down, but nice temperatures over the next several days.
Very nice. All right, thank you, Josh. Thank you, Judy.
Thank
Our
you,
next
Greg.
news at 5. Have a nice afternoon, folks.